Hello guys, how are you today? So let's go ahead and talk about this topic. David Weiss has been talking a lot about this in his presentations. So we decided to go ahead and make a video about it. This is the reason why flights north to north never cross south of the equator. So you will never see a flight, for example, from the US to Europe, from Dallas, for example, to Paris, crossing the equator south, stopping in one, having a stopover in the south of the equator, and then flying back north. You will never see, this is just an example, from Dallas going to Europe, anywhere in Europe, with a stopover south of the equator. You will never see a flight like this. You will never see a flight, for example, from the Philippines going to Hawaii, stopover south of the equator, anywhere. New Guinea or anywhere north of Australia. You will never see any flights going south of the equator and then going back north, crossing the equator 2 times. You will never see. And another example here, let's say a flight from Europe, anywhere in Europe, in this case Madrid, going to India with a stopover south of the equator in Africa, for example Zambia or anywhere. You would never see, and that's because Earth is not a ball. This is the true shape of the Earth. We live on a flat plane with the continents close together in the middle and the oceans and the Antarctic Circle holding up the water. And what is beyond that, we don't know. We don't have any access. But this is how the Earth is. And that's why flights from south to south do have to go across the equator, but flights north to north never go south of the equator. Let's look at this example here. A flight from Wellington, New Zealand, going to Johannesburg in South Africa, has to cross the equator 2 times because this is the layout of the continents. Look at these flights. Both of them have a stopover, one in Hong Kong, another one in Dubai, towards Johannesburg in South Africa. 2 times they have to cross the equator because that's the layout of the continents. If Earth was a ball, it would be a simple flight from south to south. So here we have a Mercator's projection of the flight path. So you see there's a lot of traffic there, Europe in green and Asia in red. See a lot of traffic in this. So I converted to a projection. You can see now why those flights from south to south rarely go south to south without stopping in the north. Here's another view from the top. All flights from north to north don't have to cross the equator, so they don't really cross the equator when going north to north because that's the layout of the continents. And here you have a quick view of the jet winds going around the face of the flat Earth. Airplanes take advantage of the 250 miles or maybe more. They fly with the wind, they don't fly against it, so they gain speed as they fly with the wind. That enables them to have some flights from south to south. But the majority of them, 90%, they have to cross to the equator, north of the equator, and then go back down south, as we're going to see some examples here. Here are some examples of flights that have to cross the equator 2 times. For example, flying from Sydney to Lima, Peru, they have to go to Los Angeles first and then go south to Peru, even though the distance between Sydney and Lima would be almost the same as the distance from Sydney to Los Angeles. But since the Earth is flat, you can observe on the flat Earth map on the side, they have to cross the equator 2 times because the layout of the continents is different since we don't live on a ball. And here is another example, a flight from Auckland to Lima, Peru. Even though the distance is only 6,692 miles, they have to fly to Los Angeles first and then go down to Lima. If you look at the flat Earth map, they have to cross the equator 2 times. Reason why they have to cross it twice, it's because the layout of the continents is on a flat Earth. So they have to cross it twice. There's no other way. Another example here, another flight from Wellington to Lima. Same thing, you have to fly to Los Angeles and then to Lima. You can never really fly straight unless it's a special aircraft with extended range. And otherwise, you have to cross the equator 2 times because we live on a plane, not on a ball. Another example here, flight from Buenos Aires to Johannesburg with a stopover in Amsterdam, Holland, in Europe, because the Earth is flat, it's an extended plane. So you see on the flat Earth map the reason why they have to cross the equator 2 times. Now, on a ball doesn't make any sense. The last one, a flight from Santiago to Johannesburg with a stopover in Senegal, in Africa. And again, they have to cross the equator 2 times. When you look at the flat Earth map, you can understand why this flight has to cross the equator 2 times. It's because the Earth is flat. There's no way for these flights to fly all the way, with exception if it's a specially adapted aircraft with extra fuel tanks. Otherwise, they have to make a stop in Senegal, Africa, and then go over to Johannesburg. Now, there is a legend going on that there was a flight, Qantas flight QF14, but we can't find a single video online made by passengers, even though over 100 people who took that flight. It was a historic flight. It was supposed to be a historic flight from Argentina to Darwin, going over the Antarctic continent, and we can't find a single video online made by passengers, not a single photo take inside the aircraft showing the TV screen in front of the back seat screen, demonstrating that flight going that route. Nobody, no one. No passengers posts on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. You only have a 15 seconds video released by Qantas, allegedly taken by the pilot. We don't know. So far, it's been a legend only. No confirmation, except if you go to a website, they can easily create a website and manipulate and insert data. But, we have seen this before. Companies lie all the time. Companies do lie all the time. Governments do lie all the time. And we have plenty of examples of that. If you don't think they are lying to you, perhaps this will help you see that they can lie about anything. If you believe this was a real footage of a lunar module taken off from the moon, there is nothing else that we can say to you. But the fact is, flights north to north never crosses south of the equator because the layout of the continent is different. We live on a flat, non-rotating Earth, and that's why you will never see flights from north to north with a stopover south of the equator. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.